From Meteor Garden to the inn. Dylan Wang's birthday surprise for Shen Yue after 8 years. When Meteor Garden first aired in 2018, few could have predicted that the on-screen chemistry between Shen Yue and Dylan Wang would turn into one of the most talked about partnerships of their generation. What began as a modern retelling of a classic love story quickly evolved into something deeper in the hearts of fans, connection that felt natural, playful, and unforgettable. 8 years later, the journey from that iconic campus romance to a heartfelt reunion moment feels almost poetic. Back in Meteor Garden, they were just starting out, young, ambitious, and stepping into roles that would define their careers. Shen Yu's soft yet resilient portrayal of Dong Qinsai balanced perfectly with Dylan Wang's intense, rebellious, Dao Mingxi. Their banter off-screen was just as captivating as their scripted scenes. Interviews were filled with teasing, laughter, and an ease that made fans believe they weren't just acting, they were simply being themselves. As the years passed, both stars grew individually. Shen Yue took on diverse roles, proving her versatility and shedding the cute-only label that once followed her. Dylan Wang matured into more complex characters, sharpening his presence and expanding his range. They walked separate paths professionally, yet every public interaction, every award show glance, every variety show mention kept the spark of curiosity alive. Then came their reunion on the inn, a show built around teamwork, warmth, and genuine human interaction. It wasn't scripted romance, it was real-time collaboration. And that's what made the birthday surprise so powerful. 8 years after Meteor Garden, Dylan Wang prepared something that felt both simple and meaningful for Shen Yu's birthday. There were no over-the-top theatrics, no dramatic declarations. Instead, it was thoughtful, a carefully arranged moment that reflected how well he still knew her. The surprise carried a quiet intimacy, the kind that only comes from shared history. It wasn't about grand gestures, it was about remembering small details. Fans couldn't help but compare the scene to their early days. Back then, Dao Mingxi would have probably made a loud, extravagant display of affection. But this Dylan, older, calmer, chose sincerity over spectacle. The growth was visible, the maturity was undeniable. Shen Yu's reaction said everything. There was genuine surprise, followed by that familiar smile that once lit up Meteor Garden's most emotional scenes. For a brief moment, it felt like time folded in on itself. Like 2018 met 2026 in a single frame. The laughter, the comfortable eye contact, the unspoken understanding. It all echoed the bond that first captured millions of hearts. What makes this story compelling isn't just nostalgia. It's the idea of longevity in an industry where partnerships often fade.